Hi, I'm Ben Droz. We're at the NOCO Hemp Expo in Loveland, Colorado. It's a great event, and I'm here with Zev Paiss, and he is one of the co-founders of the National Hemp Association. I'm very glad to have him here. Zev, how are you today?
I'm great, Ben. It's good to be here.
Thank you so much. So, the National Hemp Association has really been growing a lot, and I know that you've been doing a lot of work. How did you get into this?
Great question. My background is sustainability. I've been involved in alternative energy and alternative transportation, urban agriculture, green building, things like that. And as I learned about hemp about half a dozen years ago, I said, wow, this is an amazing plant that can be used in so many different ways, very sustainable, very helpful, very healthy. And I thought, I want to help it out. I want to see how we can make it a household word.
Absolutely. And then how about the National Hemp Association? How did that come about?
Well, we started about 2.5 years ago, and we started much more regionally. We were really the Rocky Mountain Hemp Association, but very quickly the members that we had coming in, the people that were contacting us, the people I talked to on the phone were from all over the country and sometimes outside the country. So I went to the board about 9 months ago and said, we may be referring to ourselves as the Rocky Mountain Hemp Association, but the reality is we're dealing with a national audience. So we just kept on moving, kept expanding. We have about 300 members now, and we focus in on 3 areas: education, legislation, and economic development for our members, kind of the trade side of it.
Absolutely. So you went from the Rocky Mountain Hemp Association here in Colorado, and now you're really looking at a national scale. And so what types of projects are you working on? Today, what are you working on?
Well, I think that those 3 areas, education, legislation, and economic development, is really what guides us. So education, we have events, educational events, social events. We have a website, we publish newsletters. We really try to get information out to people about what hemp is and what it's not, because there's still a lot of confusion. And then the second thing is legislation. There are other organizations that are also pushing this through, but we're focusing mostly on the national level to help deschedule industrial hemp, because even though it's legal in places like Colorado, it's not legal federally. So there's some real confusion around what you can and can't do. There's definitely gray areas. So we're trying to pass that at the federal level, deschedule it completely as if it was like another crop, like wheat or rice or soy. And then the other one is really helping our members figure out how to be successful. And that could be anything from connecting them with investors, connecting them with other mentors, connecting them just with other businesses that are upstream or downstream from them, because we're having to reweave an entire industry that was big and all connected back 70, 80 years ago, but it's no longer around. So we're really having to start almost from ground zero.
Absolutely, and I've seen you've done a lot of events, networking events, law seminars. I see you have an event coming up that, tell us a little bit about this event that's coming up where you're connecting processors and farmers. What's that event? Well,
in most commodities, farmers plant their seed knowing where it's going to go. They probably already have contracts for buyers. In the hemp world, that doesn't exist yet. So we're beginning to weave these people together and have seed sellers and farmers and harvesters and processors kind of all be together and really help them get to know one another, introduce themselves, ideally figure out ways to support one another so that when that farmer puts his seed in the ground, he or she knows it's already sold.
And that's great here in Colorado, where there's so much going on and so many interested people. That's really great. And on the federal level here in Colorado, you've got lots of support. Congressman Jared Polis is one of the champions. So are both Senators Bennett and Gardner. So that's really great. We've got that support. But you're also working, as you said, on the federal level. And is that you're working with on the Industrial Hemp Farming Act?
Correct. Yeah. Our intention is to help pass the Industrial Hemp Farming Act, and that is in the Senate it's 134, in the House it's 525. It has been sitting in committee for about a year, and I think part of the reason is one is there's just so many competing issues out there, but the other is a lot of our elected representatives still don't really understand what industrial hemp is, and certainly don't understand the potential of it. So we're helping with that. We're also realizing, and there's another organization called Vote Hemp that has been really helping at the more the local level around legislation, and we're seeing that is absolutely critical, because for a senator to say, we want to have a hearing on this, they need to have heard from their constituents in their state or their district. So we're really working collaboratively to help those issues happen at the state level, as well as moving all that into the federal level.
Absolutely, and full disclosure, I actually work with Vote Hemp, and I've been on the ground, calling constituents and urging them to reach out, and you can take action at either votehemp.com or at on the NHA. You can take action. It's really easy to take action. I just have to plug this. It takes 2 seconds. You can call your senator and urge them to co-sponsor the Industrial Hemp Farming Act. That's S134. And until the senators hear that, then they're just not going to do it unless they hear it from their constituents.
Right, and we actually have a focus campaign specifically for farmers. So if you happen to be a farmer anywhere in the country, you can go onto our website and you can basically register. You just put your contact information in, and then you say, I want to grow industrial hemp, and there's a campaign, and we've created a letter with, I believe, some of your help to be able to explain why it's important, and they plug in their information that says, here's who I am, this is where my farm is, this is how big it is, this is what I'm growing. That's like all in the first paragraph. The rest is all explaining the jobs, the income, the rural economic development, and then you just click it and it goes right off to your legislators. So we're really trying to show that. We're also circulating a letter here for small businesses to say, yes, we're small businesses, we have employees, and this is our revenue. We want to see this happen. So there's a lot of legislative activity going on.
And that's great that you're doing that, because senators need to hear not just from constituents and consumers, but farmers, business owners. That's what really makes the difference. So thank you for your work on that. Make sure to check it. So do you have any plugs for the National Hemp Association? Where can we find out more?
Well, you just go online, nationalhempassociation.org. We have a website with lots and lots of information. We also have this kind of campaign portion that lets people know what the issues are, as well as what's happening in individual states. We're a membership organization. We'd love to have people join, either individuals or investors or affiliates, kind of other hemp groups around the country. And we have about a dozen that are already affiliates, as well as different business levels. So we're here to help, and we support our members.
Well, thank you so much. I think that just about covers it. I think that thank you so much for being here, and good luck with all of the work that you're doing. Right. And I look forward to getting more of your emails, because you always have you're always doing so much with whether it's events or whether it's education or advocacy. So thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it.